Hello everyone, welcome to Hello Friends Chemistry channel. My name is Uma Shankar. In this video I am going to talk about Chemical Kinetics Class 14. The topic is Mechanism of Reaction. Now this is very important in basic concept of the chemical kinetics. Now the concept is the mechanism of the reaction. Now start this section, see this board friends. Mechanism of the reaction in based on the chemical reaction mechanism. In based on the mechanism, chemical reactions are two categories. One is simple or elementary or single step reaction, and second one is complex reaction. Okay friends, the concept is the mechanism of reaction. Mechanism of reaction on basis of mechanism, reactions are two types. Reactions are two types. One is simple or elementary or single step reaction. Okay friends, simple or elementary or single step reaction. And second one is the complex or multi step reaction. This is the mechanism of the reaction. On the basis of the mechanism, the reactions are two categories. One is simple or elementary or single step reaction, and second one is complex or multi-step reaction. Now what is the simple or elementary or single step reaction? First of all, I am discuss about in this video briefly explain the simple or elementary or single step reaction. In my next video I am going to talk about this complex or multi-step reaction. Okay friends, now this is arise. Now I am going to discuss about the simple or elementary or single step reaction. What is simple? It means reactants is converted to the product in only one step. To reactants is converted to the product, that is called as elementary or single or simple step reaction. Now in this simple, elementary or single step reaction, one more important point, there is no, this is very important, there is no intermediate is present in this simple or elementary single step reaction. There is no intermediate is present in the reactants is converted to the product. There is no intermediate. It means carbocation or carboanion or free radical. What about it? Okay friends, these are the no intermediate is present in simple or elementary or single step reaction. Now it is only present in the transition state. Now I am representing the graph of this simple or elementary or single step reaction. Now you have to consider here, this is the energy barrier graph. This is the reaction coordinate. Friends, this is the reaction coordinate, and this is the energy. Okay friends, this is the energy. Now reactant is some amount of energy is present in the reactant, and product is some amount of energy. This is product energy, this is called as reactant energy, this is product energy. Now this reactant is, this is the minimum energy, this is called as the minimum energy, this energy is called as threshold energy. The reactants is gain some energy to cross this energy barrier. That amount of energy is also called as activation energy. Already these points I am going to talk about in my previous class. This is the activation energy. Okay friends, this is the reactants is converted to the product, and this is the minimum energy. Now this energy barrier, to cross the energy barrier, the amount of energy required to this reactant to cross this energy barrier, that is called as activation energy. This state is called as transition state. This is very important friends. Now this simple or elementary or single step reaction. For example, you have to consider a general reaction that is called as A2 plus B2 gives 2 moles of AB. Okay friends, this is the general reaction. This is the single step reaction. It means single step reactions means reactants is converted to the product is within single step to converter. It means these reactants is the transition state. It means transition state is exit, but no intermediate is present in the this simple or elementary reaction. Now the transition state is like this. This is the A partially bound to the A. It means A2 molecule, and B is partially bonding to the like this. For example, A is partially bound to the A and A is partially bound to the B like this. This is the transition state of this A2 plus B2, and this is the converted to the product. This is the transition state, and bond breaking after this is converted to the AB. It means 2 AB molecules is present. This is the transition. This is the transition state of the simple or elementary single reaction. There is no intermediate is present in the simple or elementary single step reaction. Okay friends, this is the graph representation of the single or simple step reaction. It means reactants is converted to the product. It's present in some amount of energy. This is the transition state, and to cross this transition state, the reactants is converted to the product. This is the graph representation. There is no intermediate is present in there. Now this simple or elementary or single step reaction cannot, no mechanism is present in there, because of the mechanism is the present of the multi-step reaction. Simple or elementary reactions are cannot nothing about mechanism. Okay friends, this is clear friends. This is arise. Now what is the rate expression of the simple or elementary or single step reaction? Now we have to calculate the rate of this single or simple step reaction. Now we have to consider a reaction. The reaction is the friends, you have to consider a reaction. The reaction is the A plus B gives AB. Okay friends, now rate of this simple or elementary single step reaction. It means these are the simple reactions. It means reactant is converted to the product is single step. This is called as simple step reaction. Now rate is equal to K into concentration of A power of 1 and B concentration of B power of 1. This is the rate of this simple or elementary reaction. It means elementary or single or simple step reaction, the rate is equal to the stoichiometric coefficient. This means rate of the reaction is depends upon this concentration of A power of 1 and B power of 1. Now this is the molecularity of this reaction is the 2 molecules. Its molecularity of this reaction is the 2 number of reactant species involved in the, it means number of molecules or ions are present in the reactant, that is called as molecularity. Molecularity of the single or simple step reaction is this rate determining step of this simple or single step reaction is this is the rate determining step. This is called as rate determining step. This is very important. Rate determining step of the single step is this is the slowest step. A plus B gives product. It means single step to convert to the product. That step is also called as rate determining step. Now this is the molecularity is 2 and rate is determined to the simple or elementary single step reaction. Stoichiometric coefficient is the order of the reaction in the simple or elementary or single step reaction. Now order of this reaction is the 2. Okay friends, and now one more important reaction. A gives product. Now this reaction, what happens friends? Rate is equal to the K into concentration A power of 1. Now in this reaction, rate is depends upon this concentration of power 1. This is the single step to convert it to the product. This A is single step to convert to the product. This is the elementary or single step reaction. Now this reaction is also rate determining step. This is also called as rate determining step, and this molecularity of this reaction is the molecularity of this reaction is the 1 and order of this reaction is 1. Stoichiometric coefficient is the order of the reaction in this single or elementary or simple step reaction. This is the bimolecular reaction. This is the unimolecular reaction. And one more important reaction, A plus 2b is gives product, a plus 2b is gives product. This type of reaction or rate of this reaction is this is the experimentally, friends, rate is equal to K into concentration of a power of 1 and concentration of b power of 2. This is the experimentally this reaction of rate is the K is equal to concentration of 1 and b power of 2. This is the elementary or single step reaction. Now this elementary or single step reaction order of the reaction is stoichiometric coefficient. Okay friends, this is the elementary or single step reaction. This reactant is connected to the product is single step. This step is also called as rate determining step, friends. This step is called as rate determining step. Okay friends, now this reaction molecularity of this reaction is 3. It means number of reactant species involved in the reactants. This is the 3 and order of this reaction is also 3. Okay friends, in generally all elementary chemical reaction, all elementary or single step or simple reactions, molecularity is equal to the order of the reaction exception pseudo order reaction. Okay friends, this is the basic introduction and basic concept of the simple or elementary or single step reaction. In one more important point, molecularity is greater than 3. It cannot, molecularity is greater than 3. This cannot a elementary chemical reaction. That reaction is also called as complex reaction. Now one more important example like this, N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Okay friends, this reaction N2 plus 3H3 gives to 2NH3. Now the molecularity of this reaction is the number of reactant species is involved in the reactants. Now this is the 3 and this is 1. Now what is the molecularity? Molecularity is 4, but it is not a find the molecularity. It is cannot 4 of this molecularity because of this is the complex reaction. This is the complex reaction, friends. One more important point, molecularity is greater than 3. It cannot a elementary reaction. It's only molecularity is greater than 3. That reaction is called as complex reaction. It means this is the mechanism is present in this reaction. It means this reaction is a multi-step reaction. This is the example of the complex reaction and these are the example of the single or elementary reaction. Now one more important point, this is the no intermediate is present in simple or elementary or single step reaction. This is the basic concept of the elementary or single or simple step reaction. Okay friends, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.